Hello guys and welcome to round 2 of the F1 Championship on F1 2018. Tonight we are live from Bahrain. It is, well, yeah, the second round of the season. If you give me 1 second. Look at the standings up. So we'll just give you the standings off the last round. We got Red, who took the win last round, and then we go down to Vectro, who isn't here tonight. Maybe he is a late running. Then we got Edkas in the Haas in third. Then we got Gav up in fourth place, and then Alpha True down in fifth. And they are the only ones who finished. So that is the ending of the points. If you didn't finish, you didn't get any points. So hoping to have a full grid at the end by the end of this season. Well, in the next few rounds we should hopefully have a full grid. Tonight we are missing a certain Australian. He hasn't appeared, so it will possibly just be me tonight. And I've tried my best to find the track map with the name of the corners, but I can't find it, so I guess they've got no names. But Krazar setting the fastest lap so far with a 1:28.1. Then Infame, yeah, that's what we called him. Infame with a 1:29.5, and Gav with a banker lap of a 1:32.3 days, and Alpha True with a 1:30.6. Then Mark with a 1:28.7. We go down to Mike with a 1:32.5. And then Evil coming around the final corner now. Another commentator that is now going into racing, and he's gone with a 1:31.5. Edcast with a 1:31.4. Go down to Red and Leafy coming across the line. Leafy with a 1:30.4. Go down to GT with a 1:38.6. So not a good lap there. Sabo the Meister. Why has he got? Oh, sitting pit still. Actually, saying that, I think we've only got a total of 14 cars so far. We are missing a couple of teams. We are missing 2 teams actually. We're missing the Force India and the Williams. Plus, Max Ply hasn't got a teammate, so we waiting for a teammate on that. So there are anyone out there who is watching this and is free on a Tuesday night and wants to join the league, go onto the Gavra Racing website, go to the Formula 1 link, and then it says sign up. You sign up, and then you can enter into this. Apparently waiting for a few more drivers. As bizarre, nearly gets beat by his teammate though. One was slower set of tyres. Yeah, so that is championship points. We've only got, just to confirm, we only have like 11 rounds this season. We're just doing it in time for the F1 2019 to come out. So we wait just for a few guys to come through with their lap times. Red coming into this race, we're coming off of the back of getting a win. That is his last race in the GT4s in Iowa. Gavra Racing. Iowa? What did I say? Iowa? I mean Gavra. Yeah, got first place and pole. Pole and a win at Monza. Unfortunately, I was at the back of the grid, so I couldn't battle my way up. Battle my way up to get ahead. But yeah, he won with his teammate getting second. Mark coming off, coming into this round after a slightly disappointing last race in the LMP2s. He had a bit of problems and dropped behind his teammate, so he's now behind his teammate in the championship. No, it's the opposite way round. His teammate had a bad race. He had a better race. What we got? Evil Dragon coming out of the pits. Probably coming into this week after doing commentary for different leagues. By that meaning AOL. And a little bit of racing. I don't know who else. Well, wait, we see a yellow flag on the track, so I don't know who that is. But Sabo is out on track now, so he's coming down the final, coming into the final corner now to start his first flying lap. Whereas Kazar and Edcast still sitting in the pit lane. Mark's on an out lap, Inflame's on a out lap, Red's on an out lap. No, Red's on an in lap. Leafy in the pits, Alpatru on the out lap, Evil Dragon on the out lap, and actually I think he came out ahead of behind Alpatru and actually got past him. So Evil, oh wow, Evil mate, that's a bit far off track. But Gav as well on his first flying up, I think. No, out lap. We've got a yellow flag, sector 2, sector 3. Don't know what that is. That would be Evil. Evil Spanish. So we're going to ride on board with Sabo for the first of his first flying lap. So coming through turn 10. Oh, getting a little bit hairy coming out of the corner. Oh no, he's on the warm-up lap, so we won't go on board with him. We're trying to get someone who's about to start their lap. Go on board with Evil, but Evil going into turn 1 now, braking hard to about second gear, maybe first if you don't get it too good. Now come through the left-hander 2 and 3. Going down the second straight, going into turn 4. Trying to stay close to the curb, and Evil just sort of skidded into the corner and off the track there. We're now coming through turn 5, 6 and 7, so 6 and this is 7. Don't want to take too much of the curb and go onto sand and go from that one about second to third gear. Get a good exit out of turn 8, going through turn 9, brake as you're sort of just straighten it up, don't go too deep like Evil was just done, or go off the track. Go open the DRS going out of turn 10 that was, and going down towards turn 11. This is a kind of hard corner, this is for some people. You don't want to be turning too early or too late. Evil turned in way too late and went straight on really. We'll go through turn 12 now. You don't want to put too much throttle on as you just saw Evil's back in a start to slide out. Coming out of turn 13, coming down towards turn 14, nearly rear-ending Alpha 2, trying to get some slipstream off of him. Coming into turn 14 and getting a good exit. That apparently is turn 15 as well, so don't know how that works. Coming across the line to set a 129.9, so not too bad from Evil there. Keep in mind that he is a commentator, not a racer. When we'll go on board with, I'm trying to think of who's on a lap. Leafy Brooms. Okay, so we're going Leafy Brooms, going into turn 1 now. See his line compared to Evil's. Going into first gear and trying to keep as close as possible to the curb. And also there. It seems pretty smooth with the car currently in the banana field. Going into turn 4, staying closer to the curb. It seems a lot clean, a lot more cleaner and a lot more smoother into corners compared to Evil. So we'll have to wait and see what his time's like. A little bit of a lock up there into turn 8 now. We're going up towards turn 9 on the back of Mike, that is, who's gone very deep, and he's followed him doing a skateboard move like Max Verstappen did. on the curb, and he's not even opened DRS shit up yet, and he's back off of his lap, so that's a non-lap. We'll go on board with Mark now. Mark and Edcus coming side by side there on the out lap. Don't want to be doing that. Keep in mind that you're what, a second and third in the standings currently on the podium for qualifying. With 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Kazar is leading the way and hasn't come back out yet. And then we've got Edcus, his teammate, in second. So these two were quite close, I think, at Australia when we was watching them last. And then we got Mark, HLB, who's locked up into turn 10, that is. And then Infame, who's on the back of Edcus there. Then it's Evil in 5th. Evil's in good place, he is. He's mid-pack. Then we've got Red, who doesn't seem to have had a good qualifying session so far. But he did qualify on the medium tyres. We have to wait and see what he's like later into it. Then we've got Leafy Brooms, who's in the pit lane. Alpatru in the pits, who's down in 8th. Then we've got Gav on 3-lap old soft tyres. So Gav's going to be pitting this lap. He's about to run out of fuel. And then we've got Sabo the Meister on the soft tyres. And then Mike on the super softs. Edcus comes around the final corner now on his first line. That's with full DRS. Oh, that was his lap. He improved. And, going into the turn 1, no, it wasn't actually. I'm sorry. Lock up there, so he's ruined his first sector currently. Going into it under pressure from maybe a commentator. Putting under a bit of pressure as we go into towards turn 4 now. Try and get it better, trying to catch up for the mistake he had in turn 1. Getting a good exit, going across the curves, and this is right in first sector. Doesn't seem to be too wobbly through the S's there. So the car seems very planted, which you can't need to be around here. And we're going up with turn 9. Let's see where his braking zone is. He brakes about now. So get on the curve. He was alright. He didn't jump onto the curb and do a Max Verstappen at Abu Dhabi. Now going down towards turn 11. It seems alright so far. A bit over the curb there, but that actually worked out quite well. Going over the curb and getting the car turned in early allowed him to get the line through turn 11 there. Now coming out of turn 13, going down the straight towards turn 14 and 15. I don't know how it's 14 and 15 here. It's just one corner. He's got a good exit out, and he's going down the straight now to cross the line to set a 1:27.8. So Edcus goes on pole, steals pole off of Kazar. Kazar possibly will be coming out of the pits now. Mark with a 1:28.2 as Infame has crashed. I have a feeling. Evil is out on track on the soft tyres, so Evil's trying to, well, possibly trying to get a better lap time on the soft tyres to get him a better chance later for the race strategy. We'll have to wait and see if he's got it better or a bit too early on the brakes there, Evil. It's better than sliding it into the corner. Evil just getting the power out of the corner. We'll go on a bit of out exterior view now. Coming into his turn 4, he's a lot smoother. He doesn't go as deep there as compared to his last lap we've watched. So he's about 29.4. That's a second slower than Edcus going into the first sector. Exiting the first sector, that is. Now coming through the double left-hander, see if he can fix himself out. Don't go across the curb, Evil. Doesn't go across the curb. He actually gets a better exit compared to last time. He's not actually on a lap. So Evil, I don't know what you're doing, mate, but okay. Kazar is out on track, so he is pushing now to get that car ready for this lap. Mark doesn't improve his lap time yet. So we're gonna wait for Evil because he's actually on 2 now. On these ERS, going on to 3, coming out of the corner, probably on 5 now. get the power down. He's on high, starting his lap, and jumping up to 4. He's going to go up to 5, going down the straight. 3, going to 3, so he's not using the hot lap mode. A bit over the curb there from Evil as he gets the car slightly sideways, coming through the first, coming out of the first corner, going through the second corner, going into the second corner. Now going down the straight, he's going to put it into level 5 ERS, which is the hot lap mode, which only in qualifying it's used. Evil, that is track limits. That's naughty. Don't be using that in the race. He goes a little wide and he spun it and put it in the wall. So Evil is out of qualifying, 20 seconds to go, so he'll be starting possibly 6th or lower. He'll be starting 6th or lower now. If he's starting 6th, if no one improves their lap time. As we're going to go on board with Krasar on his first flying lap now. This is a make or break, this is for Krasar as he comes through turn 10 I mean. And down the straight, he's got the DRS open and he's got it on level 5, which is hot lap mode. Getting the car through the corner quite well actually. We'll see if he lets off slightly. Yes, he has let off and he spun it. So he let off too late and he lost the back end and has got no front wing. So this is my Krasar has my problem that I had when I was doing sim racing in F1. Going through that corner is slightly hard on some setups. But Sabo the Meister coming in with the 128.1, so fastest Sauber driver. I think mine is the only Sauber driver on the track. Infame is the other Sauber driver. But coming up to the line, this isn't an improvement, but it's still 131 to complete the qualifying stage. Krasar is in the pit lane, and that is qualifying over. So Edcast takes pole position off of his teammate. 127.810. Then we go to Krasar with a 127.8. Then we go to Krasar with a 128.1. Then Sabo the Meister with a 128.152. They're not far off of Krasar. I need 500th of a second. Then we go down to Mark with a 128.2. Then Infame with a 129.5. Then Evil with a 129.9. Then we go down to 7th place, which is Red. So Red not having the qualifying position he really wanted, to be honest, with a 120. But what was it? 120 or wait, 129 or 130? I think we will find out in a minute. Waiting for Alpatru. So there it is. So Red getting a 130.1 on the medium tyre. So that's going to help him out later into this race with the strategy. So they go medium and then go for the softer tyres to the end. Then Leafy with a 130.4. Then Gav with a not so good qualifying session with a 130.6. Then we've got Alpatru with a 130.6, 658. Then Mike with a 131.229. As Leafy Brooms is speaking in the game chat, but we can't hear him. Yeah, that's my question. AOR. We got AOR LTD actually in the stream. So hello AOR. But yes, Evil. Evil, you sneaky. Those track limits, be careful, mate. As we are just readying up for people to go onto the grid. Evil will be starting from 6th on the grid, I think, if I'm correct. I've totally forgotten already. But Evil and Leafy being the first two people to ready up. I swallowed something at work today, so I've got a bad throat. Evil, you just got to remember, Gavra Racing Major. Evil having a bit of chat with his league that he commentates for, mostly. So we are on the formation lap now. We're going to be doing the 29 lap race, so 50%. Edcast will be leading the guys around on the track. Evil is starting from 6th on the grid. Where's Evil? He actually is moving. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Everyone's waving except for Mark. Mark's being the Kimi Raikkonen. It makes it even funny because he's in the Ferrari. It would have been funnier if it was... Actually, no, it makes sense because it's 2018. But... yes. So we got... Mark's now the Iceman. I'm gonna be making nicknames for everyone. Evil's already got his, as people who've been in Gavra for a long time would know him for his Murray Walker impressions. So I'm going to be calling him Murray Walker for the rest of the season. Edcast. I'm just going to call him Ed. Kazar. Isn't it just crash with a Z and an 8 instead of an S? Anyway. Then Sabo. It's going to be Sabo. Mark. Infame has already got his. Then it's going to be Evil. Oh, it's going to be Murray Walker. Then you got Red. Leaf. Gav. Petru. And then Mike. As the two has to line up on the grid first and second. Then we go down to Sabo in third. Then Mark will be lining up fourth. Then we got Infame lining up fifth with Evil in sixth. Then we go down to Red lining up in seventh. Leaf in eighth. Then Gav ninth. Alphatru 10. And Mike in 11th. So we're going to have the onboard from Charlie Whiting's point of view. So we go for 5 red lights and we're underway already as... oh, that's a bad start from Infame as that bit of contact I feel like for... yes, there's a bit of contact for Mike. Mike has rear-ended Gav into the first... before the first corner due to Infame's bad start, as that is a 2-wide battle for third place. Evil making a position on the outside through turn 4, so good overtake there on Leafy. That going through turn 5 and 6 and 7. Evil made the position and kept the position as Leafy goes off the track. Red up a position and also Alpatru up some positions. Always Infame has put it in the wall and Mike nearly collects it. Oh, Infame, no resetting. I saw that. I don't know if we have the rule of no resetting. I will double check that actually. Do not use the reset to get back on track correctly. Okay, so that is going to be a question to give to Gav, as that is... Evil is out! Evil! Murray! Murray Walker's hit the wall. As Red is overtaken by Alpatru, and Infame's got a 5-second second low penalty for speed. Edcast and Krazar going 1-2 still, as Mark is in third, so no position change for the top 4 actually. I don't know what you're doing, Evil. As Evil has left the session. So, and not good for Mr. Murray Walker himself. So, yeah. Unless Evil wants to come and join me in the commentary box, that is totally fine. But I'll quickly privately message him on my phone as I watch. Who are we gonna watch? We're gonna watch Gav catch up to Red. Oh, as Alpatruz put it in the wall. In the corner that Evil put it in. So Alpatruz crashed at the same corner that Evil has. Let me just message Evil, but please to see if he wants to join me. Evil. That was Sabo off the track. I think as I was watching it back on the stream, I think there was a reset for Leafy as well. So you talk to him about that, because you can't, in the Gavra rules it says no respawning or using the respawn button. So that is a thing that we might need to talk about with Gavra. Edcas will carry on leading the way as we go on to we're about to onto the fourth lap of 29. We've lost 2 already. No battles currently going on. Sabo trying to close a gap up as much as possible onto Mark, but it's going to be hard for him at the moment. Red has made, let's see how many positions people have made. Yeah. So the actually tell a lie, top 2 haven't changed, but Mark and Sabo have swapped positions. Then we go down to Red, who's made up 2 positions, one being Evil crashing out. Then we go down to Gav, who's made up 3 positions. Then Mike has made up, as Sabo and Mark, Mark went deep and given Sabo the position. So I didn't see that happen. I'm just guessing that it was him going off the track. And Sabo has got to put a gap on Mark. But Mark is putting him under pressure now, coming into the final corner. He's not made a lunge yet into the corner, so he's gonna try and plan it for a later part of the track. Mark is in the pits now, so that's gonna be a tyre change for Mark. So we'll go on board. Actually, we'll see what tyres he's gone on. He's gone on to the medium tyres, so that probably, oh no, he's gone on to the soft tyres. So that's dropped him behind the battle for 6th place. That is Leafy getting the inside of Mike going in towards turn 1 now. So Mike will be we're putting him under pressure now going in towards turn 4. He's on hot lap mode. Actually, hot lap mode is available in the race actually. But it runs out really quick. So it's not strategically good idea to be using it. He should have been using overtake to get back past Leafy there into the first corner. That was. So now going into 10. Who's spun it? That would be Infame off the track again. Mike now dropping back quite a bit as Red has been given a time penalty for cutting corners, as well as Sabo been given time penalty. 1 point. Oh, as Edcast is in the pits, so Edcast is dropped out of the lead of the race to go in the pit lane. So Kazar is going to take over the lead of the race. So Sabo is going to take the position as well as Red. Mike and Leafy are going to be battling, and this could possibly mean, yes, this will be bringing him out right in front of Leafy, Brooms and Mike. So, whoa, as Mike is locked up, went straight on into turn 1 and lost a lot of time. As Leafy is now on the back of Edcast on the slower tyres, so Edcast is going to pull a gap on him. Mark has not closed up a lot onto the back of Mike yet. Mike, which is his teammate. So, 6 laps in. Your leader so far is Krasar, who's coming through turn, I think that's turn 11, that is, and 12 now. Gav getting a 5-second stop and go penalty for exceeding track limits. Ooh. Yeah, so Krasar is now 10 seconds ahead of Sabo, Mike. And has got 22 seconds or so to his teammate. So Krasar is in the pit lane now, as Sabo is under pressure from Red, so there possibly will be, actually no, tell a lie, it won't be. Red is staying out on track as he has got the medium tyres, so I've got to say, if he's coming in with Sabo, that's a very weird strategy from Red there. As Edcast is coming down the down the track now, it's going to be close for these two. It's going to be Edcast ahead of Krasar by quite a big margin, actually. So Krasar kind of lost out here going into the pits on the lap after Edcast. Sabo is out on track in 7th. So Sabo has lost a position to Mark, and Mark is now putting pressure on his teammate. As Leafy makes a position up on Krasar and then loses it, I think. So the only person that has, the people that haven't pitted is Red, Leafy and Mike, as well as Infame. But Infame pitted on the second lap. As Mike is being overtaken by Mark. So Mike, is he gonna let... As that is Infame off again. So Infame not having the luck that he should be, or possibly having for the races, and keeps crashing out. As Mark is got a big gap to Leafy there, as well as Mike is under pressure from the Sabo now. So as well as Edcaster sets the fast of that. Oh, as Sabo's rear-ended Mike, as Mike is slowing. It looks like he's slowing. Oh, and Leafy's in the pits. It looks like he's slowing up Sabo there, as he gets rear-ended by Sabo gets rear-ended by Mike there. So Mike trying to do something to get past Sabo again. Keep in mind that these guys are ahead. Sabo has now got damage to his right of his front wing, so that's going to cost him some time on trying to catch up to Mark, as Mike doesn't know about the hot lap mode. He's keeping his car in hot lap mode. So as he locks up and goes straight on in turn 10, that is, now going in towards turn 11. Sabo's lost a lot of time to Mark due to trying to get past his teammate, but he's now got past and he's closing onto the back of Mark. With the slight damage that he's got, oh, I spoke too soon. He goes slightly off track there. Red leading the way still as he's getting caught up by Edcast. So Edcast is 5 seconds away. Then, wow. Oh, Leafy's crashed it. Leafy has joined Alpatru, I think. Oh, safety car, safety car, safety car. We have got a safety car out. So, Infame actually, yeah, so Leafy and Alpatru and Evil have all crashed off in the same corner. So that corner's not good for these guys to set up as we have a safety car out. So, we're going to have to wait for the safety car to catch up, as that's a good time for Infame and Red to be pitting. So Red will probably drop into the pits this lap and try and not lose so much time. I don't know where the safety car is on track. If Red doesn't pit, I don't know why he hasn't. But let's wait and see. As he is staying out. He's staying out. That's a question. As Infame has, well, what was going to wait up for the safety car, but he's a lap down. And he would be basically a lap down if he didn't wait up. So as soon as Red catches to the back of the safety car, which hopefully should start moving now. We don't want a safety car incident. Infame can go as fast as possible. Infame can go as fast as possible to catch up to the safety car. As Sarko's in the pits. Let's get that repair sorted. The pit crew aren't there. It was a glitch. So Sarko's going to be down to 7th place in the race now. So he's dropped back quite a bit because of the damage he got from Mike. I'm going to quickly just turn my light on. Sarko's not been that fortunate with the with trying to get past Mike in the previous few laps, and actually they lost a couple of positions, lost 2 positions. The safety car's still going to be out. This is going to be question. How long are we going to have the safety car out, as Red in the safety car is going down going into the final corner now, and Infame is running through sector 2. Sarbo's going to be catching to the back of the safety car, safety car queue this lap. Red hasn't hit it yet. Infame going off the track there. So we'll still got a little break off commentary. So we're 11 laps in. As Mike is in the pits, and someone just made an overtake, I'm pretty sure. So Sarbo's made another position up because Mike hit it. So it might be onto the medium tyres now. That cost him quite a bit actually, to be honest. So, Mike really just took himself out there. So down out of turn 3, that was Red. He's doing a Lewis Hamilton at the Spanish Grand Prix and getting very, very close to the safety car and actually trying to overtake him. So Inflames is coming into sector 2 now. Mike is just catching the back off this route. So possibly we could be going green. Is that? Red having a little bit of a lag issue there. And Inflame is locking up. We have another lap of safety car. Inflame is not on the back of the group yet. The safety car light should be out as it should be bunching them up already, and they're literally just here. Safety car is actually called Gap. Yeah, we are staying out for one more lap. Oh no, safety car is in this lap. That was a very late call for the safety car to go in this lap. So Red will be pulling the guys away, and he'll be going green. He'll be going now. Oh, Edgar's got the jump on him, going out, as well as everyone got the jump on him. So Brazar, Mark, and Edcast going 3 wide into towards turn 1. It's going to be Edcast can make the position, and he's going to stay ahead. Now Red has got Brazar pushing him, as well as Mike is up position on Starbo. Starbo went deep, obviously, into turn 1. As Red is under pressure from Kazar, Kazar goes deep, as well as Red and Kazar going side by side. Kazar goes ahead, and Red is now under pressure from Gav. So Gav is going to try and make a position on Red, as well as Sabo went off the track and is not at the best of restarts and has lost the position and actually went behind his teammate at one point. As Gav is gone deep, as Mark's gone up the inside and pushed Gav off the track there. So Sabo now up to 6th place and pushing Gav down to 7th. Mike now under pressure from Sabo on the inside. Mike is going to have to be pushed off the track by Sabo, and Neron take Gav's front wing off there. Red has got away with it as Mark is now pushing on pressure onto Edcast, going down the final. Going into the final corner. Mark's going to look to the inside. Is he going to go for it? No, Edcast locks up into the final corner and they go out of the final corner. Mark's not going to have the DRS yet because we haven't had it allowed. We haven't got metric. As Mike is trying to put pressure on Sabo as Mark makes a position on Edcast as they go side by side through turn 1, turn 2. They made contact there with wheel banging through turn 2 and going up to turn 3. Mark lets off and gives Edcast the place. Edcast now going to look to the inside line to defend it as Infame has been resetting. I've caught him 3 times resetting now. Edcast under pressure and now being dived down the inside by Mark. As Mark gets a bad exit and loses time as now Krazar is on the back of Mark. So Mark is put in Krazar. And Krazar's putting Mark in pressure as Krazar looks to the outside line due to Mark having a bad exit, and Mark is down another position unless he's going to dive down the inside, and he's going to dive down the inside and make the position back on Krazar. So Krazar back to 3rd place and Mark up to 2nd. And Krazar could be looking for a position going through the next few corners. As, whoa, that is a Sabo off in the wall. As Gav and Mike have made a position. Edcast is in the pit lane, so Edcast pitting. That's another one. As Krazar is looking for a place to get past Mark now. As Gav and Mike go side by side into turn 1. Mike cuts the corner slightly and gets past or keeps ahead of Gav. Gav now going to try and look to the inside, maybe to the outside. He's going to dive to the inside. Is he going to make the corner? He locks up slightly, then touch wheels. Mike goes off wide, and Gav is going to go and let him ahead. I think Gav has got smoke coming from the rear end of his car slightly. That looked like smoke coming from his car, but I don't know if that's just a texture glitch. So Gav has now got back past Mike because Mike going off. Now Infame is up to 6th and he's locking up slightly. Edcast is now on the back of him, so Edcast has got to be careful of Infame. Mike's going to try and look for a way of getting past Gav here. As Gav goes off the track, track slightly as they make contact, and Mike has lost a bit of his front wing. So this is tight. Tense one between these two. Mike is trying to look for a way of getting past Gav, and he's Mike could be a lot quicker, but he's keeping his ERS mode in hot lap mode for some reason. He doesn't take it out, and I don't think he took it out in the safety car. He's now got DRS on Gav going down towards turn 1. Oh, as Mike has gone off the track there and has lost a lot of time to Gav, so as one battle ends, another one starts. Krasar is catching to the back of Mark now for the lead of the race. Mark and Krasar will possibly be pitting again. Red hasn't pitted yet, can we just say. Red has driven a fantastic drive so far on the medium tyres, and we're on lap 15, and well, his tyres say he's on lap 4, he's done 14 laps, but he's been on it 15 laps. So Mark leads the way. He's under pressure from Krasar now. 0.5 of a second into the final, going down the back straight really. Going into the final corner, it's closing ever so slightly. 0.6 of a second, as this is actually allowing Red to catch up. As Krasar's going to have DRS going down the home straight, going towards turn 1. Is he going to look to the inside? He's going to look to the outside. He's going to go to the inside line for turn 1. He's going to back off as he doesn't want to make contact into turn 1, and backs off and goes back behind Mark. So Mark carries on the lead of the race for the time being until Krasar wants to make a position, as Red is still on the back of these two guys. Krasar closing up very quickly actually, and he's staying within the gap, staying with this gap as he looks to the outside line into towards turn 8. That is, he's going to try and get a better exit, and they both get about same level of exit, and don't put a gap on each other. But Krasar's going to have DRS going down towards turn 11 now. So Krasar possibly going to look to the inside line. He's not going to look for the inside line. He's going to stay behind Mark, and he's going to try and do something on the home straight in front of the team. In towards turn 1. Sorry about that. So we've got Edcast trying to make up position here. He's actually catch up to the back of Mike now. So Krasar's going to have DRS now. He's going to open it, and he's going to take the lead of the race as Mark pits. So Mark is in the pit lane, as well as Red is. So Red and Mark are in the pits. So this is going to be a difference between if one of them's going to get just tyres. So that is held up the Ferrari slightly. So that's going to help Krasar out when he pits. So Mark is out of the pit. Red is out of the pits now. Edcast is back up to 3rd as he's made a position on Mike. And Mark is down to 5th. Red is in 6th. Infame is in 7th. And Sabo in 8th. So Sabo not having the race that he should be having, but Kazar and Gav are on 10-lap old soft tyres. So the grip's going to be going very, very shortly. If they can possibly make another lap, they could be fine with going onto the soft tyres again. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen as Red is closing onto the back of Mark now. So Mark is putting pressure. Red's going to be putting pressure on Mark now into turn 8 and turn 9 and 10 now. Always Red had a very good line into the corner, but Mark didn't, and lost Red a little bit of time and chance of making an overtake there. But Red is going to try and stay with him through the S's, going up the hill through towards turn 13. Now Red goes off the track there slightly, goes back on the track, and goes down towards turn 14 and 15. It's going to be Red going to have to run on him going in towards the final corner, and actually possibly won't have the DRS on him going out of the... He will. So Red has made a perfect overtake on Mark. He's going to have the DRS. So that was basically dead heat from my view, but Kazar has pitted. What I said about the McLaren coming in the pits just behind the Ferrari, it actually held Mark up and lost his chance of battling Kazar for a place as Edkus is just made contact with Gav, and that was a bit of lag, and Edkus has lost his front wheel, so Edkus is out of the race. So that now makes Kazar up to 3rd. So it could be Kazar's race to win if he keeps it going, as Kazar has a better exit than Mike out of the corner, and he's going to have DRS going down the straight and get past, as well as Red is going to be trying to get a run on him. That was just because of lag. That was that crash. Mike has gone off the track and has given Red a position back up to 3rd. So Mark will easily just get past Mike here. Mike will move up the way. You mind that they both are HLB drivers, so they're probably in a party together, and I'm not surprised if Mike would move out of the way after going down the straight. Keep out of the way of his teammate who's trying to battle the guys up ahead. He's not yet. He's trying to give him a run, but Gav is in the pit, so Gav is getting the soft tyres put on. As Red is now battling Kazar for place. So, is it going to be Kazar, or is it going to be Red, or are we going to have Mark come up from 2 seconds down and get the win? As Sabo is making an overtake on Gav. So we'll have to wait and see, as Red is trying to close the gap on Kazar now into the final final 11 laps of the race. It's all up to Red now with the DRS he's got for the next few laps. He's going to try and decide where he wants to make the overtake on Kazar. Is he going to try and go for the inside line into this corner, or is he going to go for the inside of the outside line into turn 1? It's more likely going to be the inside line for turn 1 as well. Or is he just going to try and put pressure on Kazar and make Kazar spin out? Well, we'll have to wait and see. As Mark is just dropping off the back of these guys and not closing up. But we're going to quickly just check the penalties. Kazar has got no penalties. Red has got 1 penalty. Mark has got 0. So Red, I don't know if it's a 3 or a 5, but he can, if it stays how it is, it could be a place for Mark. As Kazar goes deep and Red takes the lead. Kazar has got some problems. Kazar looks to be fine. Okay then. Kazar just mucked up. And I don't believe that that's happened. I said is going to put pressure on Kazar, and Kazar's going to go wrong. And I'm pretty sure I just gave him the commentator's curse, because that has just happened. So Red now leads the way from Mark, and Mark is now 3.4 seconds down. So Mark will try and push as hard as possible, but he's on the medium tyres, and Red is on the softs, and he's 3 laps old already. So it's a matter of, is Red's tyres gonna go before the end of the race, allowing Mark to catch back up? We'll have to wait and see, as there are no other battles currently going on. We've got Red, who won the last I think. Double check. Yeah, so Red actually won the last race. So Red took 25 points last round, and if he wins tonight, he will be taking another 25, putting him on to 50 points already. Vetro won't be moving a single position because he didn't turn up. He'll be on 18 points still. Ed Cass is down in 8th, but he didn't finish the race. He didn't finish the race because of a lag incident where he rear-ended Gav, and actually will stay on 15 points. But Gav currently in 5th place, and he's on 12 points, so he could be jumping up some positions here. Well, he will be. Al Patru crashed out at the start. He's not going to get any points. Leafy Booms is out. Is Mark, but Mark's in 2nd. So Mark will be getting 18 points here if he finishes where he is, or he could go any higher. It'll be the first points for the Ferrari team. Krazar hasn't received any points. Mike hasn't either. Max Ply hasn't raced yet. Well, no, he raced at Australia, but didn't finish. Mr. Red Bull, Evil Dragon crashed out in the first 2 rounds of the season. Not looking too good. Infame crashed out last round. Is in 7th this round, so he's going to get some points. Sabo is up to 4th, so Sabo's doing good, and he will get some points. Sabo actually is going to get 12 points. Yes. So we'll have to see what happens. Mike is on 11 lap old soft tyre, so he will possibly be pitting for the super soft, maybe. just try and push. As Mark is trying to push on to the back of Red now, but we're just going to do a lap comparison for between these two. Mark is last lap, he was a 1:32.6, and that was his fastest lap. But the last lap before Red was a 1:32.7, so 0.1 of a second gained actually for Mark there in the last lap. So his Red's tyres are already going, and it could be Mark's place that keeps going. So yeah, let's go on to the 23rd lap. As Mark really loses it there, coming through the right-hander of 12. As Krazar has been overtaken by Sabo, but Sabo's on the super softs, and those tyres are going to be gone very shortly. So Krazar just taking it slightly easier, not pushing those tyres as hard. Krazar's actually had a very big problem. He's down to 19 seconds behind Mark. I didn't see what happened there, as Krazar has now got DRS. As we've lost Mike, Mike has crashed it. Crashed it at... He's joined Evil. He's joined Evil and everyone else has crashed out. Other than Edcast. He's joined everyone except Edcast. So there's only 6 drivers remaining out of the starting 11. So well, hopefully we don't have any more crashes. And these guys can keep the result how it is. Red, did he go and improve set a faster lap time than last time? He set a 1:32.5, but did Mark set a faster lap? He set a 1:32.3, so a 0.2 of a second gained on Red there actually, that lap. So Mark, oh, he could be catching. He is catching, but is he going to catch him before the end of the race? It's going to be a tight one to say. From my opinion, I don't think he's going to catch unless Red has a really bad lock-up into turn 1 and it just allows Mark to catch back up. I'm going to say that, he's going to lock up now. No, he didn't, but he took the race 9 and he stayed ahead. But Mark locked up slightly, but still stayed on the race in 9. In the Ferrari. So there's only one team that's actually got a full. Oh, there's only one team that's actually got 2 drivers still on the track, and that will be Sauber. As Gav is overtaken Krasar, so Krasar is given up, I think, because that was a neutral I saw through turn 1. So Krasar, I think, has given up with the result, and he's just going to take whatever he gets. Dio dropped very far back. Oh, as Mark has made a mistake and he's dropped right back. Last sector, 29.4. Mark, 29.9. Coming into sector 3 now. Sector 3. So sector 3 for Red was a 39.5. Mark was a 1:39.7. So Mark's not had a good lap so far and has lost some time as Red goes across the line onto the 25th lap. Coming into turn 1 now. Oh, he's locked up slightly. Oh, as he jumped the curb as well. And that double lock up has allowed Mark to close up slightly. Not enough to be close enough to get DRS yet, but Mark is keeping his ERS in overtake mode. He needs to be dropping it down. You need to be manually controlling it like Red has, as Darbo's in pit lane, so those super cars haven't lasted long enough for him, and he's going to be second to last here. As Krasar, don't know what's happened to Krasar. He's got so Mark 29.3 30. So Mark actually should have closed up a gap on Red in that first sector alone, whereas the second sector Red set a 39.3, Mark set a 40.3. So Mark was a whole second slower in second sector. So that is not ideal for that car. But Red coming down the home straight now in towards turn 1. Is he going to keep it on the track again? He's going to double lock up again. And cut the corners a little bit deep again. So Red's getting a bit of lock up now. We've got 4 laps to go. As we are seeing not many battles currently. Well, the only battle is Mark trying to catch up to Red. Is it going to happen? I don't think so. 29.8 for what's his name? Mark, and a 29.4 for Red. So Red better than him in the first sector. So now they're midway through the second sector, going up towards the start of the third sector now. And so we're going to see what their times are. Red actually down on his fastest second sector. He's at a 39.4. 34 and Mark's at a 40.2. So those medium tyres haven't stuck into the car yet. I'm actually struggling for pace skills. Red going into turn 1 goes bit. Looked like he went deep, but he didn't. Now Mark, is he going to be any better through turn 1? He's going to be very close to the curb. Overall, actually, who was the fastest in that last lap? It was a 131.6 and a 133.0. So Mark lost 1.4 seconds in that good line. And it's all down to this ERS control. And Mark has left his on overtake mode. You want to be controlling it. If you can't control it, just let me put it on auto. Because that is ruining Mark's race by not controlling the ERS. To broadcast again, as Sabo has made a position back past Krazar. Krazar has just lost all the pace. He's just given up. Mark is dropping back quite far. I don't think there's going to be a battle anymore for position as Red comes across the line to start his 28th lap of 29. So we're going to go for one more lap after this, and then we will be over. So it's been a good race so far. Been problems, but driver of the day. If actually, let me have a think. Let me just think. I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of stuck now on who the driver of the day is. Salbo's made 4 pit stops and only what is he? Only 9 seconds behind Gav. Gav's made 2 pit stops, made 6 positions, whereas Red has made 1 pit stop and made 6 positions. So, driver of the day, Infamous won it again. Driver of the day, I'm gonna give to Red. Red's gonna get driver of the day as Red is on his final lap now. Red gets given the driver of the day from my opinion. Just for the drive, he drove really well on the medium tyres, and he's driven really well on the soft tyres. Pulled a massive gap on Mark now. Notwithstanding any problems that he had, if he had any, he just drove a good race. So Red has taken 50 points now into the season. If he makes it to the end of this lap. Krazar not had the best races. He would have been the driver of the day, but he dropped it really far back after he went off and just battled with problems. I don't know what it is, what he's had. The Sabo gets the award for the most pit stops. We can just say 4 pit stops is a lot. But as Red comes down to the final 2 corners now, he's going to come around the final corner, going to be pumping his fist up in the air in his in his house, take another win for the team, and he's going to come right close to the pit wall, and he's going to take a win for the McLaren Racing Team better than they can do in the Indy 500. Then Ferrari going to come back for second place, and then Gav. If it finishes like this, Gav's going to take P3. So Gav's going to be on the podium for the second race of the season. But he's going to be under pressure from Sabo coming into the final corner. Sabo's not going to be close enough to make a position. The Sabo nearly runs out of fuel. But Gav's going to come down the home straight. Going to go close to the pit wall more than likely. No, he's not. He's going to stay to the outside the track. And Gav's going to take P3 in round 2 of the F1 Championship at Bahrain. Sabo's going to take 4th. Krazar, unfortunately, isn't higher than we expected. But he's going to come across the line for 5th place. And then Infame is coming down towards the final corner now for 6th place. So, Infame is going to come across the line for 6th. The drivers that didn't finish were Mike HLB, heat crashed, Mike, Edcas. So, yeah, that is your result, guys. Red taking the podium. Sorry about the yawn. A bit tired from it. But, yes, so that is Red taking the podium, taking the first place on the top step of the podium with second race in a row. That's Red. That's going to be Mark, and that's going to be Gav taking the podium. So that's been your F1 Championship race. There's good old Zach Brown there. I'm going to spend money on asking Penske for a setup. If you don't understand the McLaren jokes, it's Indy 500 and Alonso didn't make it. But Red won the race with a 3-second penalty. Mark down in second. Then Gav with a how many second penalty? 9-second penalty, as well as Sabo. So Gav actually might not have made it on the podium. Then Sabo, then Krazar down in 5th. Then Infame with 22-second penalty. That's very close to disqualification of the race actually. Then Mike in 7th, and these are non-classified finishers. I didn't finish. Mike, Edcas, Leafy, True, and Evil. So unfortunately, Evil crashed out on the first lap, so we didn't get to see how good of a car he had. But that has been your race, guys. Drive day does go to Red, and that has been my commentary for the F1 series. You guys will see me commentating on Friday. But next is going to be the GT4s, which is tomorrow. If you guys want to check that out. And also the touring cars are tomorrow. If you guys want to check that out. Wait, is it touring cars tomorrow? Or we moved the date now? Let me just double check for you guys. Touring cars have been changed. No, touring cars have stayed the same. Touring cars are on Mondays. Yes, touring cars are on Mondays. And on tomorrow night, it's going to be the Clio Cup and the GT4s. I'm in the GT4s. If you guys want to come and watch me race, I will be doing that. It's at Brands Hatch. The Clios are, I think, at Brands Hatch as well. They'll probably be doing the Indy. And then Thursday is the GT3s, and then Friday is LMP2. So if you guys want to come check me out, I will be commentating Friday and racing Wednesday tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Gavra Racing. If you guys want to check my channel out, it is Ryan Racing. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.